So let's imagine my problem is 2/3 x plus 5 equals 10. And I'm making this equation up. Who knows how hard it's going to be. For this problem, I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides because I'm trying to isolate the variable term. And I'm going to get rid of the coefficient by putting the coefficients all on the same side. Now I have 5 on the right and 2/3 x on the left. To get rid of my coefficient, I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal so that in the front of my x, the coefficient becomes 1. 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 3 is 6, 6 over 6 is 1, so we've got 1x. And then on the right side, if I multiply my whole number and my fraction, I get 15 halves. 15 halves is my answer to the question. Whenever you have a fraction in your original problem, if there is a remainder left over in your result, you want to leave it in fraction form. I could have written this as x equals 7 and 1/2. That's an alternative way to write the answer, but I don't want to put it as x equals 7.5 because the original problem had a fraction in it. Let's try something else. Let's say that I have 7 equals 3 minus x over 5. Let's say that's what my problem looks like. This is still a two-step equation. In this case, I've got a 3 here, and I'm subtracting a variable term. I want to get rid of this constant term. The constant's what I want to get rid of. It's not the subtraction I'm getting rid of. This constant is positive, so I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides to remove that constant. Now I have 4 equals negative x over 5. I want to get rid of both the negative in front of the x and the 5. Well, I can rewrite this. I can rewrite this as negative 1 over 5, that fraction in front of x. And that more quickly, and all I'm doing here is rewriting it. That's all. You can do that in your head if you want. And now I can multiply both sides by the reciprocal of negative 5. If you want to put the 1 there, you can. So negative 5 is the reciprocal of negative 1/5. So I'm multiplying this side by negative 5. And 1/5 and 5 over 1 cancel each other out. Negative times a negative is a positive. 1/5 times 5 over 1 gives you 1. So on the right side, we just have x. On the left side, we have negative 20. So my answer to this question here, what is the value divided by 5 that I can take away from 3 and get 7? Well, the answer is negative 20. Let's say I have 3x and I've got a 4 here and I'm equaling this to 2. I want to get rid of the constant term that's on the same side as the variable. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides because I'm trying to get the positive 4 to disappear. 4 minus 4 is 0. Now I'm left with negative 3x because that sign travels with the term that it's with. And now I have 2 minus 4 is negative 2. To finish this problem, it's a regular one-step equation. Negative 3 times x. Get rid of the negative 3 or the coefficient by using division. And when we divide both sides by the same number, we get x equals, in this case, positive 2/3. Because that's a non-repeating, that's a repeating decimal, it's better to just leave it as the fraction. Because if you needed to check your answer, it's very difficult to check your answer with a decimal that repeats. It's better just leave it as the fraction. Hopefully those examples assist you. If you have any more questions about level 2 problems, reach out.